Numero uno on the dumb things people say is all lives matter. All lives do matter. Yes, you're correct. But you're only all lives mattering Black Lives Matter, which means you don't really think that all lives matter, because if you're saying all lives matter, then you could easily say Black Lives Matter, and for some strange reason you're not saying Black Lives Matter. And I'm not sure why, but I think that's an issue that you need to look within yourself to find the answer to. Why you're not saying Black Lives Matter and you're only saying all lives matter. But all people aren't getting shot, slaughtered, killed in the middle of the street when they walk out of convenience stores, when they're trying to sell CDs outside. But yeah, go off totally. All lives matter. Yeah, all lives matter. But what about the lives in the Middle East? What about the lives that are getting bombed in Syria? What about the gay, lesbian, transgender lives that are being lost every day because of hate crimes? What about those lives that come out of their mama and need welfare and need government assistance? What about them lives right there? Do all them lives matter? Answer that question. If you think all lives matter, you should have no problem saying Black Lives Matter. Period. Point blank. Do you understand? Next thing, we're all one race. No, we're not all one race. I don't know who taught you. I don't know where you learned any of this information from, but whoever taught you, they lied to you. We're not all one race and we're not all one color. And saying you don't see color doesn't help. Oh, I don't see color. Da, 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 da. Let me break this down. I'm gonna keep doing that this whole entire video, so you can count if you want. I got them bundles. Saying you don't see color, it erases people's identities and who they are. You being Black, African American, Spanish, you have certain ties that come along with that. So saying that you don't see color erases part of who an individual is. So while you may mean it in a good way, it's kind of a dumb thing to say that you don't see color, because color shouldn't matter. Color is something that should bring us together. Our diversity should bring us together. In history, you learn that America is this great melting pot, but really we are not, because we're trying to push everybody away. Hey, you, go back to Africa. Hey, you, go back to Mexico, you dirty da 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 da. Hey, you white person, you can stay here even though your ancestors raped, slaughtered, killed, raped, killed, slaughtered Native Americans, didn't find it, stole their land. But that's besides the point. Seeing color, or well, not seeing color, doesn't really help. It kind of just erases who we are. And I know some people try to say it to mean something nice and pleasant, but you have to see color because it's part of who we are. I am a Black woman, I'm a Black girl, and I don't want someone to say, hey, I don't see color. I understand what you mean, but it's part of who I am. So yeah, we're all one race. No, we're not all one race. What? Next is, why are you bringing race into this? If it's relevant and it matters, and it pertains to the conversation, race can be brought into it. You know, it's funny. It's not even funny. It's like so many white people are like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired of hearing about racism. What? Try experiencing it and living with it every day of your life, maybe. And then let's see how tired you are. Just maybe, okay. What? I'm so tired about hearing about racism. I can't even turn on the news without some kind of racist conversation being held. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Robert, that you had to deal with the conversation of racism when little Black girls, Black boys, brown girls have to deal with this stuff from such a young age, to the point where they don't have a choice, whether they want to learn about it or not. It's their life. Yo, okay, so listen, I moved to a predominantly white school in 6th grade, middle 6th grade, I think. And like, someone literally had the nerve to ask me, where's your dad? I don't know, where's your dad? I'm like, At home, why? Oh, I forgot. You're trying to be on some slick stuff. My dad, he's at home. He fought for this country. He fought for you. He fought for us. Don't try to play me. My dad's there. He's home. Don't try to get me with the stereotype that black dads aren't in the picture. Get out of here. He's at home watching TV probably. The Confederate flag means state pride. No, it doesn't. Listen, I'm gonna pull it up. While I'm pulling it up, I'm gonna talk to you. The Confederate flag is, how do I say this nicely? Because I don't want to offend. I don't want to. You see so many videos now where people are like, my ancestors fought for this flag. They fought for this flag. Why did they fight, Johnny? Is it because they was fighting for their land, Johnny? And the Nick working on their land, Johnny? They was fighting to keep their land and them free black folk, Johnny. What I'm trying to say is it's brought out in hateful settings. So you cannot say the Confederate flag means states' pride when it doesn't. The Confederate flag is a loser flag, okay? You guys lost. You were losers. Even the general said he didn't want monuments of him because he didn't want people to remember that he lost. Look it up. It's in your history books. Probably not. Look it up somewhere else. I'm sure you'll find it. The Confederate flag never stood for states' pride. If you want something that represents state pride, go ahead, get with a whole bunch of other people and design a new flag. But you can't say the Confederate flag stands for state pride because it doesn't. Even the creator of the Confederate flag said that himself. Germany, if you want to do some Nazi type stuff, like, it's strict over there. You cannot do that kind of stuff. America, you can wear your KKK suit and march in Charlotte, and you can get some tiki torches and just have a blast. But the Confederate flag does not mean states' pride. And let me say why. The creator of the Confederate flag, in his own words, as a people we are fighting to maintain the heaven-ordained supremacy of the white man over the inferior or colored race. Basically, they want white supremacy, you know? They don't want colored people to prevail, to surpass, to be educated, and stuff like that. Over the inferior of the colored race. So obviously he thinks colored people are inferior. God, I'm so glad I was not alive during this time. A white flag would thus be emblematical of our cause. Upon a red field would stand forth our Southern Cross, gemmed, preserving in beautiful contrast the red, white, and blue. William T. Thompson, April 23rd, 1863. You can't say the Confederate flag means state pride when the creator, he created the flag, says, no, this is literally white people are superior over colored people who are the inferior race. That's what he made it for. That's what he meant. In this article, it also says the Southerners are quick to claim that the Confederate flag, no matter which version, has nothing whatsoever to do with either white supremacy, racism, or treason. In their estimation, they know is a lie. The Confederate flags are just a symbol of Southern heritage and culture. However, that was never what the flag symbolized, and there is no better reference to what the flag stands for than the words of the treasonous racist who designed it. Boom! Look it up. That's all I'm saying. Black girls will get blonde hair and wear blue contacts and want to be white so bad. Wow, almost choked and died. No, we don't want to be white. Black girls can wear any color hair they want. Hair color is not synonymous with a race. Number one, anybody can have blonde hair. Spanish people, black people, Irish people, Jamaican people, like, whatever, who cares? Like, anybody can have blonde hair. And having blue eyes is not synonymous with a race either. So what are you trying to say? Like, I don't know, when people say stuff like this, I'm just like, oh, you're dumb. Like, oh, the words coming out of your mouth are dumb. Oh, you need to get educated or something. And I'm not trying to be rude, but that's ignorant to say. And I'm not gonna act like, oh, I was woke all my life, da 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 da, because I wasn't. I did not used to know all this information, but then I did. So I'm not gonna just bash and not give people the chance to learn, which is why I have my channel and why I plan to break down things like racism, sexism, feminism, and stuff like that in depth. My channel won't always be so serious, but I want people to know and understand. That way I'm like, okay, I can direct you to one of my videos. I don't want to argue with you. I rather someone, you know, learn something and be like, oh, I didn't think of it like that, because I don't want to argue with people all the time. Like, that's whack. But if I can educate you and teach you something you didn't know, that would be cool as hell. But don't be out here saying dumb stuff like they're facts. They're not facts, they're your opinions, and your opinion is wrong. Hair color, eye color, they're not synonymous with a race, so that argument is invalid. Let's see. One of my best friends is black. Okay, so that doesn't give you an excuse. People always like to say and excuse some of the things that they say because they have a black friend, and that doesn't justify your behavior. I'm just letting you know. Next. Well, why can't I say the N-word? Because you can't. Because you're not black. Because I said so. Next. But the president is black, so y'all can't complain about racism. I can't even. It's scary because people actually think like this, and they're like, well, we have a black president, so like racism just should not exist anymore. Like, you guys had you got everything you wanted, right? Like, that's it. You don't have to jump past on. I don't see color. I already did that one. Seriously, let go of the past. Slavery is over. Listen, if we do not remember our past, how are we supposed to learn from our mistakes? Seriously, if we do not learn from our past, how are we supposed to make better decisions for our future, for future generations, for the next children to come? We have to remember slavery. We have to talk about slavery. Even after slavery, there were still things to hold black men and women and children down. We were not taught how to read because they were afraid of our power, of our wisdom. So yes, slavery is over. And the other argument is, well, my ancestors didn't own slaves. Well, your ancestors might have owned slaves, so what's up? Slavery is over, yes. But slavery also lasted hundreds of years. Slavery is something that we should remember. Slavery was inhumane, it was treacherous, it was evil, it was unnecessary, it was horrible. So yes, it is something we should talk about. Slavery is over, but we can talk about it however much we want to. We have to learn from our mistakes, and America as a whole needs to do better in regards to people of color, our safety, and stuff like that. Next. I wasn't alive during slavery. I don't have white privilege. I will break down white privilege in a video to where it's simple and easy to understand. I don't want to mock, because some people are like, yo, I think people think, oh, white privilege is like, oh, somebody is like feeding you on golden platters and you have white people in the hood too. That's all correct. But white privilege might not be what you think it is. So I won't go into depth on it now, but I will explain it to where it is easy to understand. So you may incorporate different examples, so you might see how you may have privilege over a Spanish person, a Mexican, well, Spanish. Anyway, a black person, stuff like that. So you are able to understand. But if you're white, you have privilege, period. People are like, oh, black people kill black people all the time. Yes, and they go to jail. They serve time. They go through the judicial process. White people kill black people and look, they go on paid leave, keep their job, keep their families, get to see their families every day. So yeah, maybe nobody should kill nobody, and maybe if you do kill somebody, they should get justice. Basically, that's gonna be the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed it. These are some dumb things people say. I will break down some of this stuff because I don't want to come off as, oh, I'm so woke, da 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 da, because there's so much information that I have yet to learn, that I need to learn, and so much information that I didn't know. But thanks to the internet and like Google searching and just being curious and wanting to better myself, I know more, which is great. Yeah, thanks. Bye.